your potter pan, heat it up. All right, so we're gonna put this on a low setting here because the first thing we dropping in this pan is butter and we don't wanna burn it. Now over at the prepping area, we get cracking on some vegetables. So I've got 2 jalapenos here, but I'm gonna get to those in a little bit. First off, we handle this green bell pepper, yellow onion, red bell pepper, and a bunch of green onion. Choo! Hiya! Make sure you get rid of this. All right, guys, so I'm gonna handle up on these jalapenos right here. I'm gonna slice them down the middle, carve the center out, and then chop up the meaty green. If you want some heat to your cornbread, you can keep the center of the jalapenos or even keep the center of one. But for me, I like to carve it out. You know, it's gonna be still really good without the center in there. Now, let me tell you something. Be careful when you do these jalapenos. If you got some gloves or something, put them on. Because for my fellas out there, if you go bare-skinned on a jalapeno and then use the restroom, whoo, you're going to be in for quite the surprise. So, let's get these chopped up. And there we go. Let's get cooking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back over to our hot pan. We're dropping in a 1/2 stick of salted butter. And we're going to get that melted by moving it around. Nice. As the butter's halfway melted, you can go ahead and raise your heat to like a medium heat. Once the butter is melted, drop in the vegetables. And scoop that in. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna cook these down for a while, like maybe 35, 40 minutes. We want them to get very soft. We don't want crunchy vegetables in our cornbread, but this melody of vegetables is gonna bring great flavor to it. All right, so I've been cooking this down for almost 20 minutes now, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a tablespoon of some minced garlic here. So, boom. There we go. Just gonna blend that around. Lovely. Keep cooking. At this time, preheat your oven to 375 degrees. All right, this has been cooking down for quite a while. All the vegetables are very soft. At this time, we're gonna go ahead and add 1 pound of some Louisiana fresh crawfish. Throw that in there, juices and all. Let's get this mixed around here, spread around. I'm gonna add some seasoning to this. Next, we will add 1/2 tablespoon of paya seasoning. And we're going to go ahead and sprinkle this around evenly so that it can cover much of the crawfish here. And we will blend that in. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, as always, your favorite Cajun or Creole seasoning will work. Just want to let you know. Now look, if you're using crawfish from a boil, you know, a leftover from a boil, which I know some people are going to be like, leftover crawfish, what is that? Look, if you ain't got leftovers, you ain't cooked enough. But if you have some leftovers, yeah, you may not need to season these, you know, that your crawfish might already be heavily seasoned. So just kind of play it by your preference and your taste buds and go from there. All right, so we don't have to cook this very much. We just kind of get them heated here and mixed around, broke up some of the bottom there. Next, I will add a 16-ounce package of a cream-style corn. Now, the 16-ounce package I get is the frozen kind, okay? So if you cannot find your frozen cream-style corn, a 14.5-ounce can of cream-style corn will work. I just find that the frozen packages just have a really fresh taste to them. So we're going to mix this in, and I'm actually going to turn my heat off at this point, because I'm going to want this to kind of cool down when I mix it in with all the cornbread and other ingredients. So just kind of get this blended in. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to leave this here for now, and we're going to get over to the mixer. Okay, guys, so in the mixer here, we're going to mix up some dry ingredients first. We're on a low setting here. We've got 2 cups of yellow cornmeal. Ooh. go. Boom. All right. We got half a teaspoon of baking soda. There we go. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. There we go. So I just noticed that this thing wasn't even down. I mean, it was down, it needs to come up. There we go. So we pull this up. That'll get it mixing. There we go. And so you guys can see a little better. We'll get it closer. Right there. Perfect. All right, so we got some dry ingredients there. What I have here is actually a stick of butter that I have grated using the cheese grater. Just going to kind of throw that in there. Let that mix around in the cornmeal. All right, I got 3 eggs. Go. All right, so I've turned this off. I'm gonna pull this out because I'm gonna actually pour in the mixture that we cooked on the stove here. Okay guys, so I'm gonna be adding a half pint of heavy whipping cream, but I'm pouring it in my pan over here because I wanna get up everything in here. So I'm gonna pour it in there, mix it around real good, and then pour this into the bowl. No flavors left behind. That's what we're doing here. All right, so of course the thickness of the heavy cream is gonna be kind of in that pan. So, you know, choose if you wanna do this, but I like to do it. It's flavor. Yeah, all right. Look at all that. Look at all that. Beautiful. Okay, so we are back to mixing. Make sure we blend that up good. And at this time, we are adding 2 cups of shredded, sharp, shredded cheddar cheese. Sharp shredded cheddar cheese. Tongue twister. I'm just gonna blend that in there. And there we go. Okay guys, so I got this 9 by 12 inch baking dish here. I'm going to pour the mixture into this baking dish. I've sprayed it down really good with a non-stick cooking spray. It's gonna be very thick here. There we go, bam. And so what I'll do is I'll use a little spreader I got here, you know, to get it out of this bowl, and then I'll spread it really good in the dish. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna pop this bad boy in the oven. All right, depending on your oven, you let this cook for 50 minutes to 1 hour. And there's my flip-flops. The time is now. Hey, boy. Look at them golden edges. That's what you look for in cornbread right there. And this one's loaded down. All right, guys, we want to let this cool for about 10 minutes before we cut into it. Let's cut into it, bad boy. Big pieces first, right here. I tell you guys, getting that first piece out, it's not pretty, but it will be edible. Whew. Might have to, oh no, look at that. Let me get some of this with a fork. We did it. Man, getting that first piece out is a struggle for me. I mean, maybe you guys have good techniques, but you know, I tend to mess that up a little bit, but it still looks really good. There's a lot of little colors in there. I'm sure you guys can see that. Really pretty. Crawfish, the seasoning. I'm ready to take a bite of this. I know people probably like to pick up cornbread and eat it, but this is one of them, just the massive, legendary pieces of cornbread. So I got the fork here. We're gonna dive on in. So go ahead and get a Nice bite of that. Ooh, look at that right there. Still hot, man. Even though it sat out for all that time, it's still hot. Mmm. Mmm. Oh man. So look, it's like real moist in the middle, right? I mean, we've used a bunch of butter, heavy cream. You got all those vegetables in there, the crawfish. You know, there's gonna be moisture in the center of this, you know, which makes it a very moist cornbread. If you like a real dry cornbread, this ain't for you. This is for those people who love that moist bite of cornbread that just melts in your mouth. That's what this is right here. But the beauty of it is this top layer has formed this like crust. And so you get like this cornbread crunch with a moist bite of kind of like almost like a cornbread stuffing with the crawfish, the great flavors of all the vegetables in there, the paella seasoning. Oh man, it's so good. It's really good. Ooh, I might have made a sound you don't like. There we go again. Mmm. This is a meal in itself right here, but no lie, this served with like a main course with some type of gravy. Oh, it would be really good. That is tremendous. Y'all gotta make that. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have knocked it out. Jalapeno crawfish cornbread. I hope you guys like this one or give it a try. Let me know what you think. Adjust the seasonings to your liking, your cook times, what have you. Play around with it. But all in all, I think this is really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I hope you do too. So if you give it a try, let me know. Also, if you've tried my new seasoning, paella, love to hear from you. I'd like to hear what you guys think about it. Give me honest feedback. And look, by no means that you have to buy it. If you got a blend that you love, continue to buy that one. But other than that, I got nothing else for you guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Paella!
Man, turn that thing off, man.